Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about an Aimpoint alternative made by LEUPOLD. This is their Freedom RDS. It looks real similar to the Aimpoint, and I think that they put this out in the market to directly compete with Aimpoint, and I'm sure secure a bunch of military and police contracts. It was something that kind of went under the radar with me for a while, and I was asked to do this tutorial on this. If you take a look, this is how I have it set up on a Colt M4. It's pretty easy to install. It'll have 3 star keys that'll throw on, that you will adjust or put on your pick wheel. It doesn't have a quick release, or doesn't come with a quick release, but it does come with the mount similar to that of the Aimpoint. And again, at first glance, it looks almost similar to the Aimpoint. So with that said, we'll talk about some of the differences, and we will start the differences, with the box. I'm not going to do a full unpackaging, so we're not going to waste time. However, there are a couple items inside this box that are going to be important. Number one, it'll come with a battery, so you don't have to purchase that 3-volt lithium battery. It's your standard as far as most gun accessories use. It's a CR2032. So they'll give you this. They'll give you a small hex key, and they'll give you this other star key, which is important, we'll go over, and then they'll give you an adjustment tool. So with that said, we will go over some of the basics. Now for windage, it's pretty standard and easy. You just take off your retaining cap here, which is waterproof, and you can adjust your windage, which is a 1/4 inch MOA, which is going to be 4 clicks at 100 yards. So you get a lot of adjustment with this particular sight. And if you can't turn this by hand, this sight adjustment tool, will fit on there pretty easy. And you can make adjustments. But I will tell you, using your hand isn't difficult. So, once you set your windage, throw on your safety cap, your waterproof cap. And on this side, you also need this, and this is how you put the battery in. You'll throw this little tool into these notches here, counterclockwise, pretty self-explanatory. You'll throw your battery on, and then you'll adjust or tighten this. And remember, there's a waterproof ring on there as well. Now, as far as elevation is concerned, there are 2 models of this Freedom sight. There is one that will have an elevation key very similar to the windage. And then there's this one, which actually has a turret. So in order to adjust elevation, you'll use your small small Allen key to take 2 fasteners off. This will pop off, and then there'll be an adjustment in there. So you'll adjust and center 0, which I did at 50 yards on this, reapply this, and then set it at your 0. So you can adjust elevation pretty much out to about 400 meters with this. Now, this is not a first focal plane. It is a second focal plane adjustment, but it really doesn't matter considering that you have no magnification. So, you're at a 0 magnification. So as far as the focal plane is concerned, really doesn't matter. It is a 1 MOA dot, so it's very small. It's pretty easy to pick up. As far as turning this particular sight on, you will go to the fastener that you installed the battery, where you installed the battery, and it's actually a nice rubber flex button. You can press it, it'll turn it on, and then if you press it lightly, continuously, it will either intensify the dot and then slowly start to de-intensify the dot. To shut it off, you would hold it for a long period of time, and as far as a long period of time, couple seconds, and then she'll shut off. So it is pretty easy to use. Back to the elevation turret, you know, like I said, I mean, you could probably get this out to 400 meters, you know, which is nice. So it is already designed or engineered for the 223/556 round anyway. So if you take it and run it through the adjustments on this turret, it'll pretty much get you right to point of aim for how far you want to go out. You know, 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards, 400 yards, etc., etc. It definitely, in my opinion, matches or exceeds the quality of the Aimpoint. You're getting classic LEUPOLD quality here. Pretty easy to use, like I said. It has this pretty much the same silhouette that you would get with the Aimpoint. So I had already installed this. We sighted it in and ran a couple rounds through it. So what we're going to do is we'll head out to the range now and fire some shots and then have a further discussion. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Hey guys, we're back on the range now, and what we're going to do is we're going to put this through the paces out here at about 75 yards. We're going to do it from the kneeling position behind cover or concealment. We'll shoot a couple rounds here. I'll get up, I'll talk to you, I'll tell you what my thoughts are, and then we'll run it through some combat paces afterwards. So don't mind my nerdy little glasses because I'm blind as a bat. And in order to get a little more detail out of my vision, I'm kind of stuck using my prescription glasses. So here we go. So we can get a little bit of detail work here. Okay. Well, I have a bit of astigmatism, but with that one MOA dot, as long as it's at a certain brightness, I can really pick up on the targets with detail. I had a little bit of problem in the beginning, but once I figured out where my astigmatism was throwing that extra little bit of shine off the dot, I could focus pretty quickly. So I would say that picking up this dot compared to the Aimpoint at a little bit of a distance is as easy, maybe a little bit easier, because this dot's pretty crisp. So now what we're done with this, we're going to move up a little bit forward, and we'll run this through some combat drills to see, you know, how picking up this dot, you know, or how easy it would be to pick this dot up in a combat situation or close quarter combat situation. So let's head on up. Guys, we ran it at a distance, a couple rounds from cover, a little walking and shooting, you know, just enough to get a real good feel of this weapon and its sight. I would have to say that, you know, with both eyes open, it's really easy to use this LEUPOLD. You can pick up on that dot real easy, zero issues. And like I said, I mean, I even have astigmatism. Even with astigmatism, I'm picking up that dot pretty quickly. A little bit of fine or detailed shooting from a distance wasn't a major problem. And I would say that I'm pretty happy with this product. Would I use it in lieu of using an Aimpoint? Yeah, absolutely. Really good LEUPOLD quality, and even the price point is good. I picked this one up for right around $399, which is about $100 and some change on average, less expensive than the Aimpoint Pro, which is commonly used in law enforcement. Now, here is the difference, and this will be the big difference. On the Aimpoint, you have a knob, so you can put that on and you can take it off manually. With this, like I said, you're using an Allen key to attach this and to detach it or take it off of the weapon, and that's probably going to be the only down point. So if you're using a weapon for work and the Aimpoint application is good, but you want to put a 1 to 4 on for other applications in your work, this is just going to be a little more inconvenient, should I say. But outside of that, as far as quality is concerned, it's definitely every match for the Aimpoint. So I would have to say that it's going to be up to you. If you like the Aimpoint, stick with the Aimpoint. If you're looking for something a little different to put on a weapon that you're putting together for work or security or whatever, give the LEUPOLD a try. Outside of that, guys, thanks for checking in, and see you at the range.